Rightio. So, what's going on, guys? So today, last week we put out the iPhone 7 clips video, and in that video I said that I was going to show you in iMovie how to put it together and kind of from your phone, using only your phone, put together kind of like a little mini edit, with music and that kind of stuff. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do that. For this, you will need an iPhone and you will need iMovie. I'm sure there's something similar you could probably do this with on like an Android if you've got a Samsung or something like that. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to do it on an iPhone, piece together a little edit so you can, start uploading things to YouTube. You might, over your school holidays or something, over Christmas, you might be riding with your friends heaps and kind of collecting clips on your phone. So now I'm going to show you what we can do with them and kind of put a final product together to upload to YouTube or something like that. So let's get into it, guys. So what we've done now is I've opened up iMovie, and as you can see here, there's just it shows pretty much your projects that you've got in here. This one here, the middle one, this is the iPhone 7 clip edit that you guys would have seen up on YouTube. So as you can see here, this is kind of the layout of how the edit screen works in iMovie. You've got your storyboard across the bottom, and you can kind of see all these clips placed in. That blue line along the bottom is music. Fun fact, I finally found a use for one of the songs that U2, the album that they put into everyone's iTunes that you can't delete. I found a use for it. I used it for this. I am sorry for the music choice. In the edit, I honestly don't have that much music on my phone at all. At least not edit worthy. So this was the best choice. Still not really that good. But anyway, you can see the clips all loaded in along the bottom. Those things in between the clips are what are called transitions, and pretty much that's just visually how it changes between the two clips that you've got. You can select on those and kind of change them up. We'll look at that in a minute. But pretty much what we've then done is I don't know how to get out of that. There it is. I don't know what I'm doing still, really. This was kind of like figure it out as you go, but it's kind of working. So all the clips laid in down the bottom, music along the bottom, and that was pretty much it. There's not really too much to it. What we'll do now is we're going to go back to projects, that big plus button there, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to go get off the screen. I'm going to go movie. So what we've got now is it goes into my photo album, and it pretty much shows you where the clips are. So the North Hobart Cultural and Skate Park and Huonville Oval clips. So it obviously figured out where we were and then labelled it from there. But this is the day that we filmed on. What I would do is, I've done this before filming this video, but once you film all your clips, go back on your actual phone, rewatch the clips, and then delete the bad takes. So keep only the good takes on your phone. During that day, we filmed probably like 50 or so videos. We're not that efficient at getting clips, but what you want to do is it's easy to go onto your phone, watch them, delete the bad takes. So then when you get to this point here, you don't have 50 videos that you're like, oh, what one was the good take? I've only got the good takes on here now. So pretty much that whole video starts, the first clip for that video is me looking at the camera there, and the last clip is, again, my face there, doing an outro. Now, what we're going to do is select all those clips in between, just by clicking on them. That one there was a slow-mo, again, of me, that Lachlan took. Thanks. But, we'll keep going. Select all those clips. And then what we're going to do is down the bottom, have I missed one? Nope. Cool. Down the bottom, we're then going to click on Create Movie. And one other thing is I want the Southern BMX logo at the start. So there's that picture there. We've selected everything there, and we're going to go Create Movie. And it's going to load it all in that order that I selected them, into iMovie. So now what we'll do is we'll go from here, and I'll show you how you can kind of start cutting them down, putting transitions in between, and then putting a bit of music underneath. Okay, so now that we've loaded our clips in, what I will usually do is I'll move the clips around and place them into the order that I want them to be played in. I did figure this out just as I was recording this then, that they'll actually they'll be loaded into the session in iMovie as you click on them while selecting them to be imported. So what I should have done is actually clicked on them sequentially as they were recorded, so that they were loaded in and kind of played through smoothly. I didn't do that, so they're kind of in a little bit of a random order, but we'll fix that up by moving clips around. So basically what we've got now is our Southern BMX logo at the start. We've got the intro clip of me talking, and then right at the end we've got that outro clip with Lachlan and myself, and all the other clips in between. So to move a clip around, all you need to do, click on it like that, comes up with a few options, editing options, trimming and stuff like that. Then you click and hold on it, and you can just drag. Nope, doesn't want to do it. You can kind of click and drag the clip. Nope, doesn't want to do that. Normally you just click and drag, there it is. So you can just move that clip anywhere and drop it in between wherever you want to do it. There we go, so now it's doing it. So I can put that right at the start and then go to a Southern BMX logo, but that wouldn't really make sense. So we'll move that clip back into the grand scheme of things, over that way. Put it there for now. So that's how you move a clip around. The next thing that we'll do is I'm going to show you how to trim a clip, because realistically there's a lot of waste when we record videos like this. We want to trim it down just to the juicy bits so we're not wasting time, so we can kind of keep viewers' attention, so they don't get bored and they keep watching our videos. So what we'll do now is I'll show you how to trim down your clips, and then we'll go from there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to trim down our clips. Now the reason for this is we want to cut off obviously any extra waste. People don't need to see, you know, things like this. This is a really good example on this first clip. Me putting down the camera and having a good look at my gob. People don't want to see that. We don't need to have it in there. It doesn't, you know, add any value to the video. So what we can do is we can trim it. So I'm going to have a look. I think I'll try and trim it to where I did in the video that you guys would have seen. I think it was like we had the fist bump and then it kind of fist bump. We go there. That's good enough. So what we want to do now, I've moved the clip. You can see on the screen there's a white line that will be sitting actually over the clip. That's kind of where the pointer, I don't know, I think it's got a special name for it. I can't remember what it is. Doesn't matter. We'll call it the white sticky pointer. The white sticky pointer is sitting over that point on the clip where we've had our fist bump. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to click on the clip, and now that you've clicked on it, there's a couple of options that come up. You can see split, detach, duplicate, and delete. What we want to do is I'm going to want to split that clip there, and then what you can see comes up is you've got the original clip back at the start there, but then you've got this excess that is now being created as a new clip. That's actually just me looking at my head, like pulling the camera away. So what we can do now is we can click on the excess that was chopped off, and we can click on delete. So that's gone. So now what we should have is we should have...
There we go. Let's get it done.
Fist bump and cut. So that's good. What we can do now is we'll go through and I'll pick a couple of other clips and just show you how to edit, how to chop them. Maybe a couple of writing clips. That might be a good idea. Let's try and pick one. This might be a good one. Here. Okay. So bottom does a bar, slow-mo kicks in, and let's make it different to the edit that you guys would have seen. This time I won't keep me giving him a fist bump in. So we'll say straight after the bar, we want to cut it. So he does the bar, whoop, like that, and this time we're going to split it there. So again, we'll click on the clip, press split, and again, there's a clip that now will be created next to it. That is the excess. Click on that, or make sure that's highlighted, and then click delete. So that's how you can trim down your clips to kind of cut out any waste, keep viewers interested, you know, remove any excess that doesn't need to be in there, you know, moving the camera away from the center of kind of the interesting part, like the actual writing, moving it away, or just things like that. You know, if a clip rolls out too long, you know, you've landed a trick and you're riding around for a little bit afterwards, you can trim that down because, you know, no one wants to see that. So there's a second way of trimming. What it's doing is it's pretty much using, there's two yellow bars at the end of each clip, and they're kind of like shorten and expand bars where you can drag the length of the clip or what's being included in the video. Pretty much to do that is we're going to click on, I'll click on the first bar at the start of the clip, because pretty much there's a guy that does some super stees. Oh, look at that. Look at that stees. That's some good stees. But we don't want that in, we want Lachlan in. So what I'm going to do is click and drag the clip all the way until he's at the start of the roll in. It's about to go in now. Pull it back a little bit. And we'll start the clip there. That's another way of trimming. This function would probably be a bit easier if you've got a bigger screen on whatever device you're using, like an iPad or something. It's kind of tricky on a smaller screen to be clicking and dragging the right thing. You can see if I try and click and drag on that last part, you know, it's not actually hooking onto the end of the end yellow bar, and it's kind of going into the transitions options. I don't know if I can actually get it. Yeah, it's probably more of something for an iPad that's got a bit of a bigger screen. So that's why I kind of like to use the split function on my phone, just because it's a little bit more precise and a little bit more user friendly. But that is the second way that you can trim your clips up. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at transitions between the clips, kind of different transitions, transition lengths, and how you put them in and how you make them work. So the next thing that we want to look at now is transitions, and this refers to how two clips will transition between each other. And pretty much transitions, they're quite simple to use in iMovie. It's that thing that sits in between both clips. You click on it and then a bunch of options come up. You've pretty much, down here, what I'm clicking on now, fade, all that, that is pretty much the transition types that you have. You have a couple of options as well. You can see if I click on wipe and click on it multiple times, actually switches between different variations. There's those 4 dots down the bottom. That means there's more than one option on each thing. But pretty much what we want to do is we want to transition between the clips. So let's try something really drastic. Let's try theme, so the star. Let's see what that looks like. So I then drag the playhead back just into the clip and click play. I don't know what that did. I didn't see anything. Was there meant to be a... I'm not sure. I can't see anything. Let's try something a bit more, yeah, a little bit more noticeable. Let's try a wipe. Let's have a look at this. Oop. Hey, there you go. What a wipe. Did you see that transition? But pretty much, it's just a bunch of different ways to change between a clip. You've got transition times, so if you want a longer transition at the bottom, you can change it to 2 seconds, 1.5, all the way back to half a second. So let's change our wipe transition to a real long wipe by clicking on it like that. Now let's have a look at this. I think it'll be good. Look at that. Woo! So basically that's transitions. Normally for the edits, especially on this, iMovie, I only really use 2. I only use the either no transition between clips, or just the dissolve set to around about, I don't know, like 1 second, half a second. If you have a really long dissolve, it kind of stretches it out a little bit too much. You can lose the flow of what you're editing. So I'll just show you that what we've got here is the difference between no transition and then like a 1 second dissolve. Let's have a look at that. So going up, boom, and then that lagged out. I like it. Let's do it again. See if it doesn't lag out. A bit better. And you can see it switches to the spine. That clip probably needs to be trimmed a little bit. I don't know why it's lagging. That's cool. But anyway, that's pretty much transitions, or dissolves, whatever you want to call them. There's not too many to choose from in this, but there's enough to get the job done, whether it just be a dissolve or even no transition. That's really all there is to it. What I'm going to do now is we're going to take a look at putting some music in. We'll get that classic U2 song back, and I'll show you how to line it up, set the volumes, and get it in there and sounding pumping. Alright, so the next thing that we want to look at is obviously putting a bit of music in. Now, the way that we can do this is, we're in our edit screen here. Also, fun fact, I just learned that you can actually scroll between your clips, or scroll through the storyboard by clicking on the big screen instead of trying to click on the little bit down the bottom, so you won't actually accidentally hit like your transitions or anything like that. But we're going to put music in, so we're going to go onto that plus button that was there. We're going to go down to audio, artists, U2. Ooh, the miracle of Joey Ramone. We want to use that. We want to use that. Now, when working with the audio, to be able to put it into the right spot, what you need to do is select your audio and set it to foreground. That then allows you to then position it where you want it. So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to click on the song. I'm going to line it up so it starts roughly, I don't know, like, might have to zoom in a little bit just so I can adjust it a little bit more precisely. Joey Ramone, I want you to start there, pretty much. So then what's going to happen is, as we've done a fist bump, the song will start and writing clips will occur, and we'll put a cross dissolve in there. Let's have a look at what we've got. Music. So obviously your song may not be the U2 song. It may be, you may love it. That's cool. It's lagging out again, but you get the idea. That's how you pretty much put music in. Now what we can do is, there's a volume tool down the bottom. You can adjust how loud you want your music to be. So that's made it so loud that it's now distorting and breaking my phone. It's very loud, so you probably don't want it that loud. Let's just take it back to, you can see there's like little indents there around that mark there of 100%, just kind of the standard volume that we've got. Yeah, that sounds better. You then can adjust the volume of your clips by clicking on the clip. Instead of being on the scissors, which is the trimming, you can then click on the speaker, which then allows you to adjust volume. So if you've got like wind noise or something and you want to lower the clip volume so it's not like overpowering, that's how you do it. That's pretty much how you put a song in. I'll just quickly show you now how to do an audio fade. So at the end where we chop it off, because we're not going to play the whole song, we don't want the music just to stop, we want it to kind of slowly fade out so it's not as abrupt. Yeah, we'll show you how to do that. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a fade, or we can put fades in at the start of the song, depending on how the song starts, or at the end of the song. What we might want to do now is click on our music track, and there's an option down there that says fade. Select between fade and trim. So what we're going to do is click on fade, like that, and then this little triangle will come up, and pretty much you can click and drag it, and then you can see kind of a triangle kind of shape come up. That represents a fade in the audio, so it's, instead of having music that just starts like that, it's going to gradually fade into it, hence why it's called a fade. But what we want to do is, it wasn't so much a problem at the start, what we're going to need to do is trim the clip, trim the audio at the end, because, you know, we're going to stop there. Let's go there. We're going to click on the scissors for the audio. We're going to split it. Joey Ramone part 2. Go! So that's gone. Then what we're going to do now is go back to audio. Remember, it's already selected on fade, but for you, if it's not, click on fade. That triangle will come up, and we'll put a bit of an audio fade in, and then it'll sound like this. Maybe not like that. It's glitching out. And then it'll sound like this. Gradually gets quieter, as opposed to this. Just stopping. You might want that. That might be an effect that is applicable for what you're doing. That's totally cool. But if not, you can kind of just put a fade in, smooth it out a little bit. Okay, so something else you might want to do with your audio is you might want to split it at a good part in the song that you like, that you only want to use that bit, and chop kind of the first part. I'll show you how to do that quickly. What we can do is go back to, say my favourite part of the miracle of Joey Ramone kicks in right here. Geez, I love this bit so much. What we're going to do is click on it, and instead of having the speaker on where it's then allowing us to do trims and audio fades, what we're going to do is go back to the scissors, and it works the same as cutting a clip. We're just going to go split, and then we're going to select the first part, because I don't like that bit. I really like this second part. And there it is, there's that second part there, cut at that point, and now I want to say move that part all the way back to the start of my edit, right there. That's where I want it to kick in. Not quite there. Come on. right there. Yes, that's it. Perfect. That's fine. But yeah, that's how you can click, or sorry, cut the audio to a certain point in a song if you want it to start there. And then, so now what we might need to do is, because it's chopped halfway through a song, we may want to put a fade in, just so it's a bit smoother, like that. But again, that's how you can split audio and chop to a certain part of the song that you might want to use. What we will do now is I will show you how to put a picture in. So say like if you've got a channel logo or something like that, put one in and we'll show you how to do it. Okay, so what we've got now, what we want to do is put a photo in. So say you've got a channel logo or something like that. I want to put the Southern BMX logo in. So I'm going to, well pretty much, I've already put this in at the start when I uploaded, or imported, sorry, the clips into iMovie. But let's pretend that we didn't do that, we forgot to do it, so just delete that. What we want to do now is we go back to the plus. We don't want to import music, so what I might need to do is go done, edit, and there it is there. Nope, that's not it. There it is. So I don't know why I didn't do it. It's come back up. What I want to do now is go to the photo album and go all, there it is there, select that, and it will drop in. Now, last time when I was working on this, it did some weird kind of movement thing. I don't know why it was doing that. Basically what you want to do to turn that off is Ken Burns, whoever Ken Burns is, I don't want him there, but you turn Ken Burns off and your image will stay in the middle, and then you just treat it like a just a video or something like that. You just click on it, you can make it longer, make it shorter, depending on how much you want. I only use normally like a 5-second kind of intro thing. Yeah, so disable Ken Burns unless you want it to move weird. But then pretty much what we can do now is you go under that cog there for settings, and you can then select that you want to fade in from black like that and fade out to black. I usually turn those on, and then all that will do is then just give us a fade in instead like that. Click on play, there you go, and then when it gets to there, it'll cross dissolve into
okay, I'm straight.
And then at the end, we'll have a squiz. This should fade out like this. Haven't trimmed that bit, but you get the idea. So that's kind of how you can put a picture in of your logo at the start of your video, or a picture halfway through. Right, so what we've done now is we've done all of our kind of ordering our clips, trimming them, putting crossfades, transitions in between the clips and things like that, put our music in, faded the audio so it's all smick and all beautiful, and pretty much we're done. What we're going to do now is we're going to click done, and then what you want to do down the bottom, you can obviously call it whatever you want here. We'll call it, where are we? We'll call it my fat edit. I'm going to put, there we go, done, my fat edit. And then pretty much down the bottom here you've got a rectangle with an arrow in it. That just pretty much means where you can upload it to. So you can go straight to YouTube from here. What I'll usually do is just save my video to my photo album, and it gives you a bunch of options here, whether you want it just like 360p all the way up to 4K. Pretty much we'll just upload it in 1080, and pretty much what it'll do now is it will export the video right into your photo album, and then you've got a cool little edit ready to go. So hopefully that's helped you guys out. Hopefully, over Christmas, over your break, if you've got a bunch of clips, you can start putting a couple of edits together, get them up on YouTube, get around it, and get excited. So, yeah, that's pretty much been it. Hopefully you enjoyed the song. I really liked the song. It was a beautiful song. Really good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Hopefully this has helped you out. If I've missed anything, or if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and I will try and get back to you and help you in whatever way I can. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we will see you in the next video. See you guys.